up to another good morning. Time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all
Welcome back to the 3x5 Life
podcast.
Last week we dove into the topic of consistency.
Yes, we did.
Hopefully that rung true in some manner and you're able to
rang? I think it's rang.
Rang true? Okay. I don't know. And you're able to just pick one thing.
Yes. One thing.
One thing to just work on, to be more consistent on, health, business, wellness, whatever that is.
I did forget to say this last week, and I really, really would love that if you find something like a consistency tracker or habit or something that really helps you to be successful with that, to share it in the Facebook community, because I think sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And if somebody shares something and you're like, oh, I can try that, I think it'd be a great thing for us to dialogue about on there.
Yeah, I think it would be as well.
I forgot to say it last week.
And I love talking about the topic. So
yes, he does.
So this week we are talking about building a lifestyle over building a career. And this has come up in conversations the last few weeks with other business owners that I'm friends with that really wanted to build these big businesses. And now they're stepping back and really realizing what they really want is to build a lifestyle and not just grow their business to X amount of revenue or whatever. It's like, how can I make this manageable, make good money, but really fit within the lifestyle for me, my family, for what I really want? And so it's made me think a lot about, hey, if I could start this journey over and really think about, okay, what lifestyle do I want to build? Not, do I want to go into insurance and then this is my career path as a lawyer, and what do you want out of life? Because we only have one shot here. So, and we spend so much time working. So it's something that we've been thinking a lot internally here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think when you talk about, so I was even going to talk about like the idea of job crafting. Like, I think sometimes in the roles that we are, if it's not feasible for you to just like get up and leave your career, being mindful about crafting your job based on your strength and that lifestyle, like what you're trying to create, and working in the parameters that you have is also an important outlook to this. I mean, I was not battling with this. I guess I was like, this was a conversation that was very prevalent in our household when I decided to leave my teaching career. And to be honest with you, it was a career that I loved. I loved teaching. I loved working with kids. And so I had to figure out, what did I want in like a role as a job and in my life and what that looked like. And I kind of worked backwards. Like you said, it was like backward design, right? Like I was like, I love working with kids. I love working with health and wellness and, helping people be successful in that area. I love teaching, right? But I also want to have time for my family. And to be honest with you, when I made the leap, it was kind of like a leap of faith. Like I was like, we are going to do this. And and I said to Bryan, I remember, I'm like, I promise you, I will make X amount of dollars the first year I do this. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And, the universe, and I know you guys think I'm a little woo-woo, but the universe provided that for me because I was very clear on my vision of what I wanted that life to look like. So I started teaching graduate courses. So there was that teaching pillar. I was able to do professional development for schools and people in the areas of wellness and self-care and stress management. I did student programs in schools where I got to teach children's yoga and teach mindfulness techniques, right? But I also had a flexible schedule where I could say yes to a program or no to a program based on what was happening in my family's life. So not saying that would necessarily occur in all situations, but I think that those things came to fruition because of the clarity I had around what did I want my lifestyle and my career or role to be in that.
Yes. Because I mean, you kind of said enough's enough. Like I want to have a more flexible schedule, and yes, teachers have the summer off and I'm not trying to get into that type of conversation, but you said, you basically had to be there at 7 and you were done at 3, which is still great hours for a lot of people. But if a kid's sick or at home, or you wanted to go to the ballet recital at 11 a.m., like you couldn't. And for a lot of families, that's okay that they can't be there. But for you made a decision that you were going to craft a career that allowed you the flexibility to be there for big events. And you took ownership of that. And that's huge.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I think the hardest part is to make the leap.
Mhm.
Like, it's something that we dialogued about for a little bit. And, I think I'm not doing myself enough credit by saying, like, I was putting like, it wasn't just like I jumped and then these things were like, here you go. It was, I
Right.
was putting feelers out before I left teaching. I'd already started teaching some graduate courses. I went back to school and got some certifications and things that were really important to me. I reached out and networked and like, I kind of like helped that path along. But I do think that the biggest factor, the X factor there, was the clarity around what that
Yes.
I wanted it to look like.
Exactly. And I've had multiple friends who, are a top producer in sales for a big corporation. And then they're like, hey, we're going to move you into a sales manager role.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sales manager role was more time in the office, more time with corporate meetings, less flexibility. And yeah, they might make a little more money. And then, yeah, they might have the experience to jump onto another job. And I think traditionally 20, 30 years ago, that was just a no-brainer. People would do that. But I think now people are like, okay, how is that going to impact my lifestyle if I do take this promotion? And is what I have now enough? And, I have another good friend as well that really wanted to become a real estate agent, and he has a really good job. So he said, hey, guys, I'm leaving. I'm taking the leap to become a real estate agent. I'm sorry, I can't work here anymore. And they actually were like, hey, we'll retain you. Just give us 2 hours a week.
Mhm.
Employers are willing to work, but he was willing to take the leap to have that tough conversation because he believed in himself, because he wanted to stop traveling so much and be home more for his family. So he was trying to craft his lifestyle, and it worked out and it aligned. So it doesn't always work out that way, but you got to try, because lifestyle now, I think more than ever with COVID and what we've realized here, is so important.
Absolutely. So big takeaways there are, again, like, if you're in a role or a job, like, it is okay to begin crafting within that and finding those strengths and those things that make you happy and fulfilled within a current role.
Mhm.
And then be able to find ways to, get more of that so that you feel satisfied and happy, but also be open to conversations and dialogue, because a lot of times people are willing to support you. If it's an organization that's looking for strength-based growth and they know that you have a strength that they can utilize, you'd be surprised at what other roles might be available to you within the current system. Or if the system isn't working for you, it is okay to take that leap and to start to really become clear on what exactly you are trying to curate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're at the beginning of your career, if you're listening right now and you're in your early 20s, really decide what you want your lifestyle to be as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're trying to make a career shift, be like, okay, what do I want my lifestyle to be? And then what career could match with that, and foster those internal conversations.
Absolutely.
So that was the topic today. Until next week.
Take care.
Yeah. Subscribe, share.
Share. Subscribe and share.
Don't like.
Leave a comment.
Yes. Take care.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.